Let's go. I got a vision I see in my head, a melody buried deep into my soul. They call us crazy, we cutting the edge, unlocking the future and letting it go. This is a calling that's higher. The time we decided our stories are gonna be told. This is where legends are born. We paving the road, a future that favors the bold. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Something coming, I can feel it. Deep down in my spirit. Revolution, it's a new day. Time to redefine the limits. So vivid, I can see it. So loud, I can hear it. So they calling me a madman, but the future belongs to the fearless. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Break the rules, break the laws. This is the moment we change it all. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. This is the truth, into the light. Taking our dreams and we bring them to life. Yeah, greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. We about to set the tone. We about to write the code. Yeah, we writing the code. Yeah. We on a new elevation. We came here to shatter the mold. We gon' shatter the mold. Yeah. We about to set the tone. We about to write the code. Yeah, we writing the code. Yeah. We on a new elevation. We came here to shatter the mold. Yeah. I know you hear it. I know you see it. We are the fearless. We are the genius. We are defiance. We are the beacons. We are the true believers. Yeah. Greatness. Yeah, it feels like greatness. Woo! Greatness, yeah, it feels like greatness. Legendary in the making. Reach out and we take it. Not to emerge, we on the verge, and it feels like greatness. Yeah. Woo. Greatness.
Riding my time on the high ground.
smell what The Rock is cooking. The Rock says, The Rock says, The Rock says, The Rock. I hear voices in my head, they counsel me, they understand, they talk to me. You got your rules and your religion, all designed to keep you safe. But when rules start getting broken, you start questioning your faith. I have a voice that is my savior, hates to love and loves to hate. I have a voice that has the knowledge and the power to your fate. I hear voices crying, I see heroes dying, I taste blood that's trying, I feel tension rising.
Hello and welcome to the WWE Wrestling Talk Show with Royce James and
John Smith as we bring you our pre-show to Wrestlemania Backlash. We're coming out here this Sunday from Providence, Rhode Island at the Dunkin' Donuts Center. Always me and my colleague in office in this show.
Wrestlemania rematch.
Pretty much. So let's talk you through the matches.
So the first match announced for this was a WrestleMania rematch. Surprise, hence the joke.
Yes.
So at the Royal Rumble back in January, Ronda Rousey returned to WWE after being off nearly 3 years.
And during the fact that she left with a child.
To win the Women's Royal Rumble match and go to WrestleMania to challenge Charlotte for the SmackDown Women's Championship. But during that match, Rousey had the match won a couple of times,
She did.
but got a little frustrated, argued with the referee, and took her eyes off of Charlotte, which cost her in the end with a boot and a pinfall. However, on the following SmackDown, Ronda came out to make a point that she had Charlotte beat and wanted a rematch.
But in typical Charlotte fashion, she said no.
However, backstage official Adam Pearce would make the match, but with a little bit of a stipulation added to it this time.
Yes. A stipulation that we have not seen in WWE for quite a long while.
Well, correction, we saw it in the Thunderdome Hell in a Cell, but this will be the third women's I Quit match in WWE history. Only the second to feature on the main roster and on the pay-per-view since Extreme Rules or One Night Stand 2008.
Something like that.
Now, I said on the lead to WrestleMania that they wouldn't bring back Ronda not to give her a championship. So this time around, I will be amazed if Ronda doesn't win this, and then they probably do one more final match at the next pay-per-view. Oh, premium live event.
Yeah, we'll have to call that from now on. So, from the next show on, we'll have to call it a premium live event.
The second match made was again a Wrestlemania rematch.
Between Seth freaking Rollins and the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes.
This all stemming from the fact that going into WrestleMania, Seth Rollins did not know who his opponent was going to be, but every wrestling fan did. And whilst they seem to slowly putting Cody into a events or title program with a certain someone, it looks like at the minute they just want to establish him, and what better way to do so against a guy who is a main eventer. Now, the third match went under the last minute change.
Well, this was originally going to be Arky on Randy Orton Riddle defending their Raw Tag Team titles against the Bloodline from Jey Uso and Jey Uso with the SmackDown title on the line to unify both titles. However,
Yes. However, things have been going downhill for the Bloodline, so during the contract signing, after Roman Reigns initially decided that unifying the world titles at WrestleMania, the Bloodline wanted all the gold. But with the Usos being bested a couple of times on Raw and SmackDown over the past couple of weeks, Roman Reigns would interfere with contract signing and tear the contract in half. And then RK-Bro would be assisted by the Scottish warrior Drew McIntyre, which would turn a title unification match into a six-man tag team match.
much to everyone's annoyance.
Well, you say that. The Universal and WWE Championships can only stay unified for a certain length of time.
Very sure you know there is rumours of a certain title coming back. We'll go on to that later.
And this will, given the fact that we haven't yet to see the Go Home show to SmackDown, they could add a stipulation to make this winner takes all.
Yes, but as soon as we hear anything, we'll let you know on the post-show.
Oh, I do suspect that this will probably lead to some kind of one-on-one championship match between McIntyre and Reigns.
Oh yes, most certainly. Next match on the card is yet again another WrestleMania rematch.
Yes. At WrestleMania, AJ Styles would fall victim to Edge's Judgment Day.
Extraordinary hate me
When Damian Priest would distract AJ Styles, allowing Edge to pick up the victory in that match.
Yes.
Over the past couple of weeks, Styles has been targeting Priest and Edge. A rematch was made. Then on this past week's episode of Raw, AJ Styles defeated Damian Priest to ban him from ringside, and then would be assaulted, only to be aided by Finn Balor.
His former Bullet Club referee.
Yeah, we could be seeing a reunion, or we could possibly be seeing a swerve that because Priest is banned from ringside, Balor's going to turn heel.
Who knows, to be honest? And another match is Shocker, not a WrestleMania rematch.
It's a case of student versus teacher, because Happy Corbin would lose at WrestleMania to Drew McIntyre, and would ultimately blame Madcap Moss
For his troubles.
allowing Madcap to basically go, enough is enough, and turn on him. Corbin would attempt to steal the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal trophy a couple of weeks ago, only to piss Madcap off.
Yes.
To me, Corbin is already established, even though part of me wishes he would go back to a lone wolf gimmick.
We'll have to see about that.
But to me, this match is more about building up Madcap Moss.
It is.
And sixth, and finally, WrestleMania rematch number 4.
Bobby Lashley versus Omos.
Except this time there's one key difference.
MVP is in Omos' corner.
Yes, because noticeably absent from the WrestleMania match between the two was MVP on the side of Bobby Lashley.
Yes.
Then the Raw after Mania, MVP shows up, but turns on Bobby Lashley, thus turning Lashley face in the process. Now, do we have a typical, yet again, 50-50 booking here?
I would say yes.
If I was to hazard a guess between the Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins match and the Bobby Lashley and Omos match as to which one's more likely to be a 50-50 booking, I would probably say Omos and Lashley. So that is WrestleMania Backlash. Surprisingly, we only have one championship match.
Although the card is subject to change.
Card is subject to change, and we do have to take into account that at least as of the time of this recording, we have one more episode of SmackDown to come.
So in the meantime, we'll run you through the match card one more time.
Charlotte Flair will defend the SmackDown Women's Championship against Ronda Rousey in an I Quit match.
The American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, will take on Seth freaking Rollins one-on-one.
Drew McIntyre teams up with the Raw Tag Team Champions RK Bro to face the Bloodline of the undisputed Universal WWE Champion Roman Reigns and the SmackDown Tag Team Champions Futures.
AJ Styles will take on Edge one-on-one with Damian Priest back ringside.
Happy Corbin will take on Madcap Moss.
And finally, finally, Bobby Lashley will take on Omos with MVP in his corner.
WrestleMania Backlash once again will take place this coming Sunday, the 8th of May, from the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence, Rhode Island.
So until then, he's been
Until next week, he's been
Sean Ray Smith, and he's been
Rachel Jones, and we will come at you again next week with the results of WrestleMania Backlash.
have a strange weekend.